Welcome back, everybody. This is CoolKvothe, and I'm playing a little bit more of Hearthstone. Hopefully, we actually get past level 13 here to get back to level 12. As I said before, 12 is kind of the point where I don't win anymore, and it's been very frustrating being that guy. So we're going to do everything we can here to not play, stupidly, and to actually play some decks that I know that work. And we're actually going to try to play the Mage deck again. And I don't know, I feel like I might be being a little foolish here. I mean, it seems like the Druid and the Hunter decks have actually been getting a couple wins. So trying the Mage deck here, which actually I think I lost and got into level 13 to begin with, may not be the most appropriate of choices. But I think that Mage is one of the more competitive decks overall moving forward. And I think no matter what level you're on, you can get a win with a Mage. Even if you have to cheese your way out of it with a Pyroblast or a couple Fireballs, you can get the win. And of course, this is probably my least favorite matchup with a Mage is against the Hunter. Some people might think it's not that bad, but I don't really like handling Rush. I'd rather place it, fight another control deck and really try to think about what I'm doing when I'm playing with a Mage. But we're gonna get rid of most of what we started with here. This is a little better. The Harvest Golem is a good trading card. Arcane Missiles is kind of a questionable card, but I've been using it recently to see if it's any good. Another Harvest Golem. So we're just gonna end our turn. If you start summoning like 1 mana creatures or something like that with 1 health, we can Arcane Missile them or Fireball them, which is the good thing about it. If he summons Leopard Gnome, I can just kill it. Arch Squire is what it is. So I'm going to actually play Pagel. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the coin and Arcane Missiles and see if I can take out... Well, I obviously can't, but I got the Divine Shield, which is what I was looking for to begin with. So I'm okay with that. I wish I had hit her twice. That would have been the ultimate, good luck thing, but... Because now he can do this. He can do this to kill Pagel. But as we've seen with my last match with the Hunter, if we can make him use Eaglehorn Bow and use his minions up early, then I feel pretty good about the late game. Because late game versus a Hunter is easy. Early game is where you lose a lot of your ground. So he's going to use an early tracking. I've made my opinion, I think, earlier in the series very clear about early tracking. I think it's probably the most foolhardy thing you can do as a Hunter. It's more of a desperation play. You could end up throwing away, Unleash the Hound or something because you have to take a different card or something at that specific moment. I don't like that move at all. I don't like this move either. I have no choice but to play something with 1 mana crystal left over. I could have Sun Fury'd and attack. I don't think that's the ideal move either, though. I'd rather save Sun Fury for when I could actually use its taunt. I just don't like the position that I was put in there where I had to waste a mana. And, of course, he has a secret that's probably freezing or explosive trap. So I'm going to go ahead and attack and just pop the trap right now. Freezing trap, okay. That's unfortunate, but I'm more happy that I got it out of the way than having to deal with it later. And we're going to summon Azure Drake. It's not what I was going to do originally, but with the way the turn went, I think I'd rather have an Azure Drake out there than a Harvest Golem. I was originally going to play Harvest Golem and then Sun Fury to taunt both of them, but I'd rather not do that and only put taunt on 1 minion, so we'll just summon the 4/4 and see what he can do to deal with it. And to slow him down, I do have, of course, the Fire Blast. I have a Polymorph and Mirror Image and Frostbolt, so we're in a good place as far as that is concerned. Okay. So I'm guessing there's a good chance that that's another freezing trap. I don't like the concept of it, to be honest with you, but I'm just going to attack his minion instead. And it is freezing trap, so at least we know both of them are gone. I absolutely hate that card. I think that card is complete garbage to play against. It's just very annoying. We're gonna just stall. Now I'm only doing that because I have to use the mana anyway, and I'd rather not. I'd rather do it now when I know I can use Harvest Golem for 5 mana than decide to use it later when I don't think I can. He's just going to use that to draw a card because I don't have any stealth minions or anything of that nature. And he has 6 mana to do something with. I just put the taunts out here because I just don't want to get attacked directly again with his 3 damage Eaglehorn Bow. And summon another companion, which is the best of the companions, I would say. And he has 3 more cards left to work with in his hand, which is the only good saving grace about this is the fact that he doesn't have all that much with which to use. So okay. So I'm actually fairly happy that that worked out the way that it did. And the reason for that is because I know I can deal with the minions that are out there as they stand at the moment. I was more worried about having to deal with whatever his hand could have held, which turned out to not be all that much.
What to do?
So I'm thinking that one way or the other we're going to have to neutralize Huffer. And I'm thinking that we're just going to Frostbolt him. So he's out of the way. Now at this point, we could polymorph him for 4. That would be all we could do this turn if we did, though. So I think I'm going to play Harvest Golem. And then I'm going to play Sun Fury Protector to shield him and make him a taunt. So now he has to use Eaglehorn Bow to attack him if he wants to kill him at this point, unless he summons something or uses a kill command. Instead he's going to use a second tracking, which is going to cause 2 more cards to be thrown into the muck. He's going to use Unleash Hound, get a couple draw cards, which I do not like the combination of. And we could really use a Flame Strike here. I think if we could pull a Flame Strike, we might be able to win outright. And we're probably going to lose right here, which is really frustrating considering what we have to play still. Nope, we're going to get away with exactly one mana. So this is pretty much the game right here. I don't think that I can prevent anything from happening. All I can really do is do a little bit of damage before I die. I can polymorph one of them to a 1/1. Obviously, these 2 are the biggest issues, so I can polymorph him. At that point, yeah, we can do this.
I got
But we're still going to end up with just enough left that we're going to still lose. So there's nothing, I don't have anything else I can play. That just frustrates me to no end. That we can be in such a good position and all he has to do is play 1 combo, which is really the only combo that the Hunter has, and he could turn the entire game around. That's why I don't like playing against Hunters. I don't like the Hunter deck in general. And honestly, I feel like the entire concept of the Hunter needs to be revamped because it's just not an interesting deck anymore. Or it never really was, to be honest with you. So we're just going to try to give ourselves a pick-me-up, and I'm going to play the Druid for my second deck. I'm going to try to be a little less negative here. It's just hard to not get a little discouraged by that. Obviously, going up against the Hunter deck and losing in that fashion is extremely frustrating when we have 13 health left. The Hunter deck throws out pretty much everything they can throw it all in one turn, kills you, and yet in your deck, in your hand, you have legendaries and fireballs and everything else, and you just haven't been able to play them. It's a little bit annoying.
Versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine!
I must protect the wild.
So we're going back to the Druid deck because, of course, the Druid deck is the deck that I've had the most success at. I think it's probably my strongest deck. And despite the fact that I'm, starting with a pretty crappy hand again, I think that we can make something of it and hopefully get a win here and kind of give ourselves a little pat on the back. And, we may end up playing mostly the Druid deck to try to advance here. I'm not sure the Mage deck is ready. But it could just be the Mage deck being ready against Hunters, so... Okay. So we're just going to end our turn here. I don't think it's really worth wasting any mana or any cards to try to deal with a 1/1 minion that's only going to do 1 damage to us next turn. Okay.
For the wilds.
So we're just going to take care of, 1 minion at a time. Every turn we're going to get a little bit more, mana. We have the coin, we have Innervate, we can make something happen. Right now we're just a little low on the ability. So we're going to play the coin.
For the
and we're going to go ahead and attack her to take away the shield, and then we're going to use Wrath to kill it and also give ourselves a nice draw. And that could be useful as early as next turn. So I'm glad we did that. I think that one way or the other we're going to take some damage here because they're obviously starting out a lot quicker than we are, but we have a lot better cards in our hand, including 2 pretty good board clears. So a lot of big cards coming out. Just gonna play the Shield Master and see what they can do to deal with him. If he, kills him in 1 hit, then, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. But that being said, I would imagine that they're gonna have to sacrifice something to kill him.
I've got a huge gun.
And so it's pretty much what I like to see. Not me getting hit for 6 damage or 5 damage, but I like to see him decking himself out. And that's what we're seeing right now. I'm going to play Starfall and deal 2 damage to all 3 of those minions. Next turn I'm going to have 6 health. I just cleared his board. He has 3 cards in his hand. He can life tap to get another one, but instead he's going to summon a Chillwind Yeti and a Void Walker. And now we know what we're up against. So this is what I like to call not playing it safe. Instead of actually, trying to do anything else or clear his board, I'm just going to summon Ragnaros. And I hit the perfect minion. I mean, that's the card that's going to do the most damage to me. But now he has to deal with Ragnaros. He only has a 1/3 Void Walker, 2 cards in his hand. He can life tap. He'll be down to 5 mana if he does it, which is what he's going to do, probably grasping for some sort of cards. And I have 2 Ancients of Lore that I can either use to summon cards or
ready, sir.
Other fun things. Okay. So we have 7 mana. I can summon an Ancient of War and give myself a big taunt that they have to get through. I could also summon Force of Nature and clear out his board. I think I'm going to save Force of Nature for now. I could also do this and give myself health, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the taunt. And I'm going to end my turn and see who Ragnaros decides to pick off this turn. It's going to be the, once again, most lucky person on the board. I mean, he was going to take out somebody or hit him directly for 8 damage. I figured that I'd probably get unlucky and get either the 2-2 or the 1-3, but we ended up getting the 4-4, which is once again the best. Now he's scrambling still to try to get something that can deal with what I'm putting on the board here, and this is where, you know, if he doesn't find something immediately, the game can get rather fun for me, because every turn I'm going to be summoning a new huge minion for him to deal with, and he doesn't have the cards right now to even deal with them, never mind moving forward. So now I have 8 health, or 8 mana rather, and we're going to go ahead and Force of Nature, because I just want to clear his board again. And we also have enough mana to actually give ourselves a shield and do an extra damage if we do it this way. And then it's 8 damage right to the face. He's down to 13 health. And I still have a 5-5 taunt and an 8-8 out there. Another 5-10 taunt in my hand. Leroy Jenkins in my hand. A 4-4 charge minion in my hand. I could do 9 damage charging right now and next turn. So if he doesn't come up with something immediately, he's completely toast.
You shall not pass.
I certainly hope that's not all he comes up with, or I will definitely
We
win.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So that's going to be pretty close to game. Let me just see if I can count it out here as to what I need to do. So I'm going to start by killing him. I'm guessing the best method for me to do so, since I need the extra damage, is to use Shapeshift. That's going to leave me with 7. Yeah, we're going to do this. So it's not going to be lethal this turn because he just was able to do that.
For the wild.
But that is fine. And we're going to do the double Ragnaros combo and see what he can do with 3 health and 2 Ragnaroses and a taunt minion left on the board. If the answer is something great, then all the power to him. If the answer is lose, then that's pretty much as I expect.
To Northrend.
Does not seem to be enough to kill me at this turn. I mean, he can destroy my taunt minion and attack me directly with him, but I'm still going to end up with 2 Ragnaros next turn, and the ability to kill him with Leroy guaranteed. So looks like he's just hoping that I can't kill him, which is pretty much a given at this point. So I'm actually going to do that.
You win.
So we're back up to, well, not 13, but we gained back what we lost. So that's going to end it for this episode. I'm glad that we were able to pull down a win with the legendary Druid. At least I have, a little bit of my faith in humanity restored. And until next time, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you tomorrow.